quadratic formula can be pretty simple. The formula for it is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. An easy way to remember it is singing it to the Pop Goes the Weasel in that tune, and that's how I remember it. So once you're given the equation to solve, you just plug in the numbers into the formula. And an example would be x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. And how do you know which one's a, b, and c is this equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And so in this equation, a is 1, because you just imagine that there's a 1 right here in front of the x. B equals negative 5, and C equals negative 6. See that? And then from there, you just pretty much plug in the numbers. So then that would be x equals negative 5 plus or minus square root of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 6. So I'm just plugging in a, b, and c into this formula. And then all of that is over 2 times 1. And then that's simplified. X equals 5, because a negative times a negative is a positive, plus or minus square root of 25 plus 24 over 2. That simplified is x equals 5 plus or minus square root of 49 all over 2. And then from here, since you have a plus or minus, you need to divide it into two separate equations. So you have the positive, which is 5 plus 7 in this, because the square root of 49 is 7. So 5 plus 7 and then over 2. So that's 12 over 2, which equals 6. So that's one of the numbers, the answers. And on the other side, you can do it the negative in the plus or minus. And then the square root of 49 is still 7. So 5 minus 7 over 2 equals negative 2 over 2, which equals negative 1. So those are your two answers.
So now we will be graphing the quadratic function of the problem we just worked out and got 6 and negative 1. You make them into points by adding a 0 for the y value. So now you have an x and y coordinate. To be able to graph this, we need to find the axis of symmetry by using the following procedure. And then we will be able to graph everything. To find the x, you add both x coordinates and divide by 2. Which simplifies to 5 over 2, which will give you 2.5 for the x coordinate. As you can see, the 2 points were from solving with the quadratic formula. To find the y, you combine the three numbers from your original problem, the one before using the quadratic function. One minus 5 minus 6, which will give you negative 10. So now your axis of symmetry is 2.5, negative 10. And now we can begin to graph. You will be plotting all three of the points we just found. Start by plotting 6, 0 and negative 1, 0. Now you can plot the axis of symmetry 2.5, negative 10.
And now we can begin to find the points to plot in order to graph the function. So we just worked out the problem to find the vertex, which is 2.5 and negative 12.25. And so now we are going to plug in x values into the original equation so we can graph this. So I just kind of picked, not really random, but logical x coordinates. So 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and negative 1. And so now I'm going to take these x coordinates and plug them back into the original problem, which is x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Okay, so now you plug in 7 for x, so 7 squared minus 5 times 7 minus 6. 49 minus 35 minus 6, which is 8. And so now I'm going to plug in the 8 right there. And now we have a coordinate. 7, 8 is a coordinate that we're going to plot on the graph. And then next, I'm just going to move down the line and do each one. 6 into this, 4 into this, 3 into this, 2 into this, 1 into this, and negative 1 into that. Everything goes into this equation, the original. I'll do one more. So 6 squared minus 5 times 6 minus 6. 36 minus 30 minus 6 is 0. So now you have 0. 6, 0 is a coordinate, and 6, 0 is actually one of the numbers that crosses the x-axis on the parabola. So that completely makes sense as to why that is true. Now we're going to do 4 squared minus 5 times 4 minus 6. 16 minus 20 minus 6 is negative 10. And now, since we've worked out all of them, we have all of these coordinates to plot. So let's do that. On a graph. Okay, so first we have 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be about right there. 6, 0. Right there. 4, negative 10. All the way down here. 3, negative 12. 2, negative 12. the vertex, -1, 0. And there you go.